It is a real pleasure for the first time to welcome to Winnipeg Sports Talk Bomber punter Jamieson Sheahan. Jamieson, great to meet you. First of all, how are you?
I'm great. Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me on.
It doesn't get much better than that Grey Cup week, but what a year and an experience for you is. I'm just going to ask you before we talk about the game and what's coming up on Sunday. What's your year being in Canada, playing three-down football and being a Blue Bomber been like?
It's been a great experience, to be honest. It exceeded all my expectations of everything. And, I was playing American football in Cal, and obviously the CFL is a totally different game. So there was adjustments and learning early on, and just really finding my feet. And then I got really comfortable, and the team is fantastic. The locker room is fantastic. So felt super welcomed and really learnt the game quickly, and found my feet pretty well. And now I feel really comfortable at the level, and it's been super exciting.
I've been wanting to ask you this question all year. Take us back to growing up in Australia. What were you playing, and when did American football, Canadian football even come on your radar?
Well, that was really recently, but we'll go back. So I played Australian football, which is its own...
Like Aussie rules?
Yeah,
like
Aussie rules. Okay. Aussie rules. So sometimes on TSN, sometimes...
Hey, shout out to the Sydney Swans, Essendon Bombers.
Essendon Bombers is my team.
Nice.
So I actually played for the Bombers.
How appropriate.
I know. So this is my second Bombers team that I've played for now. So, I grew up playing, as you do, from 7 years old until I was 20 years of age. I was a pretty good junior player, nearly made it to the league. I was playing in the minor leagues, and then decided at about, I think, 20 to give American punting a go. There's a program called Pro Kick Australia. They take Aussie football players, turn them into punters. And so I did that for 12 months and got a scholarship to Cal. Spent 3 years at Cal, which was a great experience, and then found myself...
Australia to California.
Yeah, I know,
That's
right?
A little different than coming here to Winnipeg, especially in winter.
So it was normal to normal, and then got drafted 8th overall in the global draft to the Bombers, and found my way up to Winnipeg, is what I've heard. So
yeah, well, you just wait. Wait. We'll see what it's like.
I had a little taste of the snow, but I think we got lucky last week in the West Final. It was pretty mild, so I'm looking forward to it getting real cold.
Well, you mentioned, kind of that 12 months of training in this program, and then being picked in the global draft. I mean, even when you were kicking down in Cal, when you were playing American football, 4 downs, did you know much about the Canadian Football League at all? Did you know about the global draft? I mean...
Honestly, there was a couple of Aussies that had already been up here. Joe Zima, actually, who we're playing this weekend at Montreal, he's been up here for a few years now. And we already had some guys sort of established up here, so I knew of it. And I wanted to play professional football, so I obviously knew that was a possibility if the things in the NFL didn't work out. So the opportunity came up to come up here, and I knew a little bit about it. I reached out to the Aussies that were already up here, and they said it's an absolute blast. So been loving every minute so far.
How considering you spent 3 years at the NCAA at a real high level punting, special teams, the nature of the Canadian game is quite different. How would you compare the job of a punter here north of the border as to what you did at Cal?
Well, they definitely care about you more up here, which is nice. So special teams is a big part of the game.
Absolutely.
I love it. I'm more involved than ever before, and obviously I hold as well for field goal for Sergio, so find myself out there quite a bit, and it's great because although we are very good, so I don't punt as much as some other guys, which has been different because at Cal I punted a lot, but it's really nice to be wanted and to be an important part of the machine that is Winnipeg football.
You, one of the things that's been pretty clear, watching you perform all year long, is that I like to say you got many clubs in your bag, if you will. There's all sorts of different kicks, which is not something that we have traditionally seen in the Canadian Football League or really in North America. Explain to us, do you decide on that? Do you work with the special teams like, hey, we need the low riser, we need the knuckler, or is that all just yourself evaluating the defense or the return team and trying to keep it away from guys?
I am a big golf fan myself, so when you said the golf clubs, that works well for me. I do have a large set of golf clubs, so and it does depend on what they're giving us on the other side of the ball. It also depends, the conditions, whether it's wind, rain, snow, whatever's happening. So it's nice to have that variety to be able to change the club whenever you see fit. So I work with the special teams coordinator. We come up with a plan and change it up each week, and you never know what club's coming out.
You know, part of Grey Cup week, and Bombers, I mean, this team is sort of like a family, but it's huge for families as well. And, you know, there's a lot of guys that live down south. It's a lot further to go halfway around the world.
Yeah.
Your folks and your family got up here for the West Final in Winnipeg.
They did.
How did they enjoy themselves, and what was that like for you, letting them see you punt for the first time?
It was awesome. I think it took them 30 hours to get here from Melbourne to when they landed in Winnipeg. So, yeah, they're catching up on sleep still. But they loved the West Final. Obviously, it was a great day for the Bombers. And, yeah, their voices were gone the next morning, so they were obviously cheering pretty loud. And they've seen me play at Cal, but to see me play professionally is, you know, they've always been my biggest supporters, and to see me play a professional sport was pretty special for Mum and Dad. So they got up here, and my partner Olivia, she's always at the game. So the three of them were cheering in the crowd, and had a flexible ticket for them just in case we were coming to Hamilton. So they actually got in here yesterday, and they're going to be here for the Grey Cup, so it's pretty special.
Well, it all comes down to Sunday, and you kind of mentioned before, special teams is a huge part of the Canadian game. How do you look at the challenge of being your best, the team being at their best, and finishing the job that you started out as teammates in training camp?
It's just really exciting, to be honest. It's a great opportunity, right, I'm not underestimating what it means to be in my rookie year and to be in a Grey Cup. Like, I'm really grateful for that opportunity. I landed on a terrific team, like you said, a family team, and just super excited for the opportunity. Got family in the stands, got family on the sidelines with me, and it's going to be a great day, and I think I can have a big impact on the game. As you said, special teams, it'll probably come down to special teams, always kind of does. So we'll be on our A game. We've had a great week of practice so far, and ready to be to show up on the big stage.
You know, just thinking about this, you must be a part of a very small group of Bombers playing in your first Grey Cup.
Yeah, well, like 4 years in a row, right? So the guys have been here and done that, but there's a few of us rookies obviously this year, and guys that have come to the team from elsewhere that in their first Grey Cup, and the leaders on the team have done a really good job of making sure that there's expectations set. Like, we know what's going on every day, and we know the expectation that's set on us. So we just jumped on board. These guys have been doing it for a few years, and it's nice to jump on for this fourth one.
It truly is a professional operation at every level. Just before we go, I mean, how would you describe the feeling of the team, the focus right now, knowing that it all comes down to 3 hours of football here at Tim Hortons Field on Sunday?
There's just an air of quiet confidence, focus. The guys, the feeling in the hotel at practice is calm, focused, and just really excited. Like, there's this, like, we've been here, we know what to do, we know what we have to do to achieve the result on the weekend, and we're just going to go about doing that. So it's been great to be a part of, and learning from the leaders and the older guys in the room, and can't wait to be out here on Sunday.
Jamieson Sheahan, this has been an absolute pleasure. Good luck on Sunday, and go get that ring.
Thanks for having me on the show, guys. Appreciate it.